The small shoe store was quiet that afternoon, the only sounds being the soft hum of the air conditioning and the occasional shuffle of shoes on the polished floor. An elderly man, dressed in a worn-out coat and slightly oversized pants, walked in slowly, his frail hands gripping the edge of the shelves for support. His eyes scanned the rows of shoes, looking for something simple, something affordable. He lifted a pair of modest black sneakers, turning them over with a gentle smile. But just as he did, laughter erupted from across the store. 3 teenagers, dressed in trendy sneakers and expensive jackets, nudged each other and pointed at him. "Look at this guy. Those shoes are older than he is," one of them snickered. "Bet he hasn't bought a new pair in decades," another laughed. "Maybe he's looking for something to match his ancient jacket." The old man's smile faded slightly. He lowered the shoes and turned away, pretending not to hear. But everyone in the store heard. The cashier at the counter looked uncomfortable, the other shoppers stole awkward glances, but no one stepped in. Except for one person. A man in a simple black t-shirt and jeans, standing near the entrance, had been watching everything. His sharp yet kind eyes darkened slightly, his jaw tensed. He stepped forward. Keanu Reeves was about to teach these teenagers a lesson they would never forget. Keanu walked toward the old man, his voice warm but firm. "Sir, are you looking for something in particular?" The old man hesitated, glancing at Keanu, then at the teenagers still laughing behind him. "Just something comfortable for walking," he said softly. Keanu nodded. "Then let's get you the best pair we can find." Before the old man could protest, Keanu picked up a pair of high-quality sneakers from the shelf, ones designed for maximum comfort and support. He turned toward the cashier. "These. In his size." The cashier's eyes widened. You're buying them for him?" Keanu smiled. "Of course." The teenagers, who had been enjoying their joke, suddenly went silent. One of them scoffed. "Why are you wasting money on him? He's just some old guy." Keanu turned to face them. His voice was calm, but there was an unmistakable edge to it. "You think kindness is a waste?" The store fell into silence. The teenagers exchanged nervous glances, but one of them, a boy with a cocky smirk, shrugged. "I mean, come on. It's just funny." Keanu held up a hand, cutting him off. "Let me tell you something about funny," he said, stepping closer. "Funny is when you laugh with people, not at them. Funny is when your jokes don't hurt someone who's done nothing to deserve it." The boy's smirk faded. Keanu turned to the old man, then back to the teenagers. "Do you even know who this man is? What he's been through? What kind of life he's lived?" The teenagers had no answer. Keanu exhaled, his expression softening as he looked at the old man. "Do you mind if I ask, sir? What's your story?" The old man hesitated, but something about Keanu's presence made him feel safe. He cleared his throat. "I used to be a teacher," he said quietly. "Taught math for 30 years. Raised 2 kids. Lost my wife a few years ago. Now, it's just me." The store remained silent. Even the teenagers looked uncomfortable now. Keanu nodded, as if confirming something he already knew. "A teacher," he murmured. Then he turned back to the teenagers. "So, the man you were laughing at? He's probably taught hundreds of kids just like you. Maybe even kids smarter than you." A few snickers sounded from other customers, but the teenagers weren't laughing anymore. Keanu crossed his arms. "How many teachers have shaped your life? How many have helped you without you even realizing it?" One of the teenagers, the one who had laughed the loudest, shifted uncomfortably. I guess a lot." "Exactly," Keanu said. "And yet, here you are, laughing at a man who spent his whole life teaching." He let the words sink in. Then, in a softer tone, he added, "Respect is free. but the lack of it? That can cost you more than you realize. The sneakers were rung up, and Keanu handed the bag to the old man. "Enjoy them, sir," he said warmly. The old man took the bag with slightly trembling hands. "I don't know how to thank you," he whispered. Keanu smiled. "Just keep walking. That's all the thanks I need." The old man's eyes shone with gratitude. He turned and walked slowly toward the exit, but his steps seemed a little lighter now. The teenagers stood awkwardly, their earlier amusement replaced by guilt. Keanu turned back to them, his expression softer now. "Listen," he said. "You're young. You're going to make mistakes. But what matters is that you learn from them." The boys nodded, shamefaced. "Now," Keanu continued, "I suggest you use some of that money you spend on overpriced sneakers and do something good for someone else. It feels a lot better than laughing at them." One of the boys, the one who had seemed the most arrogant at first, finally spoke. We're sorry." Keanu nodded approvingly. "Good. Now go do better." The teenagers left the store, quieter than they had been when they entered. Other customers who had witnessed everything whispered amongst themselves, some smiling in admiration. The cashier, still slightly starstruck, finally found her voice. "That was incredible." Keanu chuckled. "Nah. Just basic human decency." He turned and walked out of the store, disappearing into the busy street. But his actions stayed behind, lingering in the air like an unspoken lesson. And somewhere, an old teacher walked home in a brand new pair of shoes, his head held a little higher, his heart a little lighter. If you love stories that remind us of the power of kindness, make sure to subscribe to the channel and press the bell icon so you never miss a story like this one.